I've not been well over the last few days. Had a bit of a sneeze, bit of a cold. My desk is filled with tissues, like just everywhere. Like tissues. Just at the front of my desk here. Had a bit of a sneeze, bit of a cold. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really affect my creativity and how I like to do things, but I don't like it when I'm sneezing. I don't like it. You know, Especially in the way people think these days. Hey, OMX Oxum Mumwood. Hey, Mohammed, John Tarkangas, John, Gary, Mia, Jean as well. And have I missed anyone? Big Kahuna, Michael D. Gary, I think I mentioned you. How you all doing? Love your life. How you doing? I'm going to try and make sure I mute if I suddenly have to sneeze, okay? But I will make sure I don't. Wow, you're up early. Hey, youngling. Not really. It's close to midday. I'm in the UK. So it's close to midday. Hey, Pez, how you doing? Please don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. Hey, George, the Sneezer Club. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, my voice might sound a little bit raspy because I do feel a little bit like I'm a tickle up my nose. Today's topic is something I want to talk about that I'm seeing more and more of, which is annoying me. Okay, I shouldn't have said the word annoy. It's not annoying me, but it is slightly rubbing me up the wrong way. In that I'm seeing a lot of people on website forums, not only in the Web Squadron one, but in the Elemental Facebook, in loads of bricks as well, loads of places, WordPress forums, even comments coming through on YouTube, DMs, and loads of other places. Hey, Sinan. Hey, Alan. And the topic is about you got to fake it to make it. Okay? And I think a lot of you are going to kind of know what I'm talking about. I am talking about websites when I say fake it to make it. I don't want to know about your love life, okay? I don't want to know about what you and your partner do or don't do or pretend to do. I don't need to know that. But fake it to make it. So not everyone is an expert. I'm not an expert, okay? And the word expert is sometimes overused, but a lot of people are setting up web design agencies or freelancing, or they are selling their services. Then when you see what they're building for themselves or what they think is okay for a website, you kind of have to go, whoa, hold on, you need to take a step back now, okay? I am not against anyone new finding clients, but you have to almost take a bit of a step back and understand what are you offering and is that the right level of service. So let me just give you an example of where a lot of people get away with fake it to make it. I was going to say make it to fake it, but a lot of people get away with fake it to make it. When you're working in an office environment or you're employed to do a job or whatever, and there is you're in a full-time job or part-time and there is guaranteed income, no matter how good you perform, there's guaranteed income. Every month you get a wage packet, a salary. A lot of people fake it to make it, okay? I used to work in analytics. There was always a lot of people in the teams who claimed they could do something, but they knew jack shit. They couldn't do it. Oh yeah, I'm really good at SQL. No, they're not. Oh yeah, I'm really good at Excel. Have you heard of a macro? Oh well, carbohydrates, proteins. No, not those kind of macros. I'm talking about Excel macro, right? I remember there was a team, they managed performance reports, right? This is a team, there were 4 of them, performance reports, and they're all paid very, very well. All they do is take data, put it into Excel, and do nice reports in Excel, right? Basic. You don't even have to do a pivot table. It's just numbers, bar charts. That's it, right? None of them, get this, okay? We are talking about 2011, right? Get this in your head, right? These are people that have been using Excel for probably 10 odd years, all right? They were roughly the same age as me. 4 people, none of them could put a border around a cell. They were like this, how do I put a border around this cell? Like, how do I do that? How do I just do it on the bottom? And they couldn't work it out. This is with Google. We had access to Google. They could not put a border around a single Excel cell, right? But you know what? They can get away with it because you're guaranteed an income. No matter how shit or good you are, it's not performance related. You are guaranteed an income. Make it to fake it. Fake it to make it. Whatever. All right. Okay? They can get away with it, right? And a lot of people got away with it. We employed someone who says, yeah, I'm really good at SQL. Once they were in, they did not know anything about SQL. I can't believe how duped we were. It was one of the most ludicrous appointments I ever made back in 2005. They knew nothing about structured query language, and it drove me potty. Okay? All right, anyway. So, in those environments, you can get away with it. You can learn on the job. You can improve if you want. The problem is a lot of the people don't ever improve because they're guaranteed an income. And they're like, well, why do I need to improve for? Why do I need to improve my Excel or understanding analytics? I can get away with it. Maybe they're a painter. Oh, well, I'm going to get paid anyway. I don't need to do that, right? Let me just check some of the comments before I continue. Exactly, youngling. They just do the bare minimum. They just turn up, do what they need to do, and they just get on with it, all right? And I've worked in the NHS for 20 years, so I could go on and on about my view about NHS staff saying they want more money, but I won't get into that, okay? Because I'll tell you now, I've worked with a lot of doctors and nurses who only do the bare minimum. Anyway, so when you get to web designing, there is a difference now, okay? It's not like you can come in every day, get on with what you want to do, and whether you're good or bad, you're going to get an income, right? You're going to get an income. All right? There's a difference when you design a website for a client because they have an expectation. On top of that, you've probably given them a promise of what you're going to deliver or near enough. So there's expectation from them. There's obligation from you. And there's probably another shun somewhere else as well. But you've got to deliver. And if you say to someone, yeah, I'm going to do your website. Yeah, we can do that for you. Yeah, no problem. WooCommerce, we can handle that. You want appointment booking with a bit of rental? Yeah, we can add that in as well. Hey, you want to add in a chat bot as well? Sorted. Look, I'm pushing it in with my finger right now. Here's your chat bot. Right? But you don't really know how to do it. You don't understand headlines. You don't understand layouts. You don't understand color. You're just going to do whatever the client says. And the client might be so stupid. Okay, I was trying to think of a good way. The client might not understand. How many times, right, have you seen a client go, wow, that's really good? And you look at it and go, that's just a scribble. That's not even the website. That was me just putting placeholders. That's not the website. They kind of, they don't sometimes understand what is going to help their business because they haven't had anything. They haven't had a website. Then all of a sudden you give them a website with a bit of text, a logo, a bit of buttons, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, wow, that's got my face on it. That's got my phone number. Jane, come over here. Look, it's got my face. Bob, over here. You can see my tummy. And they get excited. They show their friends and family. Wow, this is the start of a new business for you. Squee! And all of this excitement over nothing. And they think they're getting what they're paid for. And you're like, well, hey, I'm getting paid. But if you're not careful, it will come back to bite you. And I've seen too many people, they're building websites or they're building their portfolio. I mean, come on, last week there was someone on the Elemental Facebook group and they were showing off their website because they're a web designer. And It was, I mean, when I say it was all over the place, it wasn't even all over the place. It was like, no, you got to take a step back. You have to learn. You can't go into a project or put yourself out there because you're going to fake it to make it. What you've got to do is understand it to deliver it. So if you want to work in an office, or you're going to get paid, or doing whatever you're doing, fake it to make it, right? You can go and do that, right? That's your life over there. But if you're delivering websites, graphical services, painting someone's house, building a car for someone, just anything where it is a one-to-one service, you need to understand it to deliver it. That's and the danger is, though, is that unfortunately, because it's almost been made to feel quite easy, and I'm not having a go at anyone here, because it's been made to feel a little bit too easy, sometimes you're delivering a bad service. And I would always say, don't ever go in to offer your services to clients unless you know that you can do what they're asking of you. By the way, don't forget to hit like if you're not hitting like already. Right, just checking some of the comments. Hey, Plurite, yeah, no probs, mate. Hey, Mia, I just read your comment. First 7 minutes. Oh man, Mia, don't worry. You're on. You're back on. You're back in the room. You're back in the room. Yeah, absolutely, George. So another thing that gets on my nerves is when people say, "Oh my God, Elemental's broke my website." Okay, Elemental's broke my website. There's an update. It's broke my website. And then when I probe a little bit, they've got like a theme. They're using loads of add-on plugins. There was no backup, no staging site. They got 40 plugins, and they just auto-update. And then they blame the plugin, and I'm like, well, I haven't had an issue. Oh, well, my website's got 50 plugins. Yeah, well, does your website need 50 plugins? Yes, it does, because my client wanted X. Again, did you think it through? And this is where the understand it to deliver it mindset kicks in. You don't have to have 20, 30, 40 plugins to deliver sometimes what I think are basic non-e-commerce websites. Too many times I get contacted by people. They go, hey, we need some help with our performance, our page speed. Our website always has issues. You get a login, you go in. Do you remember I spoke about the website that we worked on about 4 weeks ago? Basic website, blog, but no e-commerce, no appointment booking, over 70 plugins, but there were over 64, I think, activated. Why? Because they had 2 other people working on it in the past. And you can clearly tell by the way it's been built. They had Elemental Pro, but they were still using a header footer plugin for their header footer. And the header footer was so basic that if that existed before they had Elemental Pro, why didn't they just rebuild it with Elemental Pro? They had Contact Form 7 for a very basic form. Name, email, message box, send. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Brian Harbour, everyone, by the way. For a very basic form. Why don't you just rebuild it? And it was only on 1 page. Why are you still using Contact Form 7? And it just goes to show that they're faking. Whoever's working on that website in the past, they're faking it to make it, to get paid for a service. So it's all about understand what you deliver. Right, understand what you deliver. I've just got to check something here. Right, okay. Sorry, someone just emailed me, one of my previous clients. That's going to probably lead on to some more work. Yay! But yeah, I have to read back onto that. Yeah, I mean, look, George makes a good point. If it's your first day, even then I would say understand what you're doing, and When I first started building, we're talking about years and years and years ago, I did not touch anything to do with e-commerce or anything related to that until I knew I was at the level that I understood it. Didn't go there. You have to break out your comfort zone a little bit. You always have to do that. Don't forget to hit like. We've only got 18 likes. You do have to break out. But you have to spend the time researching it. I wanted to do a video on before and after image comparison without using a plugin or lengthy code. And I recorded a video this morning and then I shelved it because I was like, no, this ain't right. It's not good. No, it's not what I want to be going for. Understand what you're doing before you put it out there. Right, Nida asked a question. She made a section visible on click of a button watching one of our videos that we released out today. Do we have a way to make the hover effect on the button to stay till I click it again, like stay as active effect? So you got a section which is visible on click of a button. I get that. But you now want to make the hover effect on a button to stay till I click it again. You might need to ask that question in the Web Squadron Facebook group. Maybe add some images because I'm struggling to get that one. Yeah, I mean, you are right, Alan. CF7 does do stuff, but I can tell you now, hey, Maddie, but I can tell you now, that client, basically, they had stuff in there that you did not need. You just did not need, and it made no sense whatsoever. Sorry, Gary, you've said you made a comment. Can I scroll all the way back up? Gary says, cue the music. Gary, what comment are you referring to? Sorry, Gary, can you ask it again? Have I missed a comment from you? Am I missed one? The first comment I have is TTTTT, hideous in fact. All I see is TTTTT, hideous in fact, Gary. I'm not sure if that's the comment you're referring to. Andrew, client asks for a number of different offices to be listed on my site. Any, yes, Gary, Andrew, what you want to do is you go to Google, right? Actually go to Google and you click on maps and you can create a map with multiple markers on, and then you can embed that onto your website. No, you're absolutely right, George. The thing is, though, George, you're absolutely right. I mean, for me, yeah, it's we might differ on opinion here, but I say, right, it's easy to know something, but understanding how you apply it and when you should apply it. Do you know what I mean? It's like anyone, the pros and cons. Yep, you're right. Love your life. Templates, text. Yeah, and unfortunately, love your life. That is the hey Pavel, hey Indapri, not seen you for a while. Hey Artif, don't worry, mate. Always love having you here. So love your life. You're right, and that's what I'm seeing. You can clearly see that a lot of some websites being built. You can clearly tell it's just templates. Now, if you are delivering websites to clients and you're just using templates, you may be restricting what you can actually offer. So break out of using templates and build your own, or learn. Get a template, learn from it, because we got the portfolio one, learn from it, and then deliver your own. Emmanuel, I have a question. What plugin or snippet can take image and video slide? What do you mean by take image and video slide? Well, you could use Elementor can do that. You can have an image or a video. You can drop the HTML into the content tab. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? I'm glad we agree, George. Yeah, so Andrew, you could do that with Google Maps. You can drop markers on and then get the embed code. What I'll do, Andrew, is I did a Google Map video on the back of good advice from Jimmy and George. I'll do another video and I'll try and get it out very, 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 very soon. Hopefully today, maybe. If you give me a chance, I'll try and get it out today-ish. Today-ish. Okay? I think ish. Yeah, today-ish. Or something like that. Because someone called, was it Martin Barron? He asked the same question and I answered it. But I don't think he fully understood it. So I need to kind of just do a quick video on that as well. Alan, I sell to clients the benefit of a one-to-one dedicated resource and make myself available for after sales. Most fake it to make it. Yes, 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 yes. Alan gets it. The fake it to make it is, yeah, we'll build your website. Yeah, we're here for you. Yeah, we'll support you. And then when they get asked questions, boop, they disappear. Or they just don't want to deliver. It happens. It's common. It then creates a bad impression of web designers because we hear the term cowboy builders a lot in the UK. A lot, all the time. And then every time you know someone does building, you kind of go, oh yeah, are you good? Nah. Are you a cowboy builder? You always have this kind of a little bit of a negative mindset towards them. And it's a shame that we think like that, right? It's a shame we do that. And web designers, developers get a lot of bad press out there. You know, there's always horror stories. Oh yeah, they built my website. It was appalling. It got hacked. I lost all my details. They didn't deliver. They took too long. They took my money and ran off. The guy building it couldn't even understand what I was saying. I was told they were based in London when in fact they were in Easter Island. They were somewhere else. Happens a lot. Honesty and integrity are two things you really need to grab hold of. Grab them. Yeah, and Pete, you make a good point. Sometimes I always say that when a client says to me they like a template, I often say to them, right, look, stop now, right? You like this template. What do you like about it? Because if we use this template, you go and buy it and we use it, and then we need to change something, we might be stuck. We might end up having to do lots of coding. We might have to do something where it causes more time, more pressure, more cost for you. Because we're not going to do it for free. But what do you like about it? Oh, the images? You love the images? Right. They're not your images. Now remove the images. Pretend your images are in there. Do you still like it? Oh, I'm not sure now, but I really love the images. Come on. They're not your images. If we now pretend and put your image... I'll tell you what, look, hey, boom. I took a screenshot. Put it in Canva. I took one of your images. Bunged it on. Do you still like it? Actually, no. So what was it you really liked? The header? We can replicate that. Or we can compromise and do something similar or put our own twist on it. Oh, you really like the services page? Yeah, it's pretty basic. It's just images, boxes, text. You don't need a whole blown template for that. We'll build it out. And that's the approach I like to take. I remember one story where we had, I've spoken about this. This happened in December. Someone contacted us. She was a big influencer, by the way. She had a big following on TikTok and Insta and everything. Anyway, she wants us to work on her with her website, and she wants to use Elementor. She went and bought a template. The template does not work with Elementor. It doesn't work with Elementor. It's WP Bakery. And she said, right, can you rebuild it? And I was like, not rebuild it. Because I said to her, we can rebuild it, but there's a cost attached to that, of course. No. I've already paid $60 for the template. I want that template with Elementor. Yeah, we can build it. We can replicate it if that's everything you want. No. I've already bought the template. I just want to be able to work on it with Elementor. All right, take care, goodbye. Look, you know where we are. You know, I wish you all the best and support. You might want to go and check out people on certain platforms. Goodbye. All right, and that's basically it. right? You know, you try and explain it, but they just don't want to see it. Chillster, my biggest client has a huge problem. No reviews are published in GMB anymore. Are you sure? I thought Google Business Profile did still have reviews. Yeah, I mean, come on, yeah, right. Free websites. It's all over the place, Pete. It seems to be the basically what we've now gone from is reasonably priced websites to the Fiverr market, which we accept. You know, people have to earn money, to now we've gone to free websites with a maintenance plan. And I've had clients come to me and go, yeah, but I could get the website built for free. And I often say to them, in that case, I would advise you go down that road, but you know where we are. I don't say to them, so what you come to me for then? It's clearly advertised on our hero banner that our prices start from $9.20. It's clearly there, but then why are you coming to me for? Why are you coming to me? I don't say that. You just go, yep, that's great. But we have our overheads and prices. You know, we have to put food on the table as well. Yeah, I mean, Nida, I made a section visible with button. Yeah, do put it on the Facebook page because just so I get a better understanding of it. Chillster, my biggest client has huge problems. No, oh yeah, you've just asked that. Can someone please correct and double check? But I don't think I have that problem with clients unless their reviews have disappeared. Yeah, I mean, what George is saying, I would say tell them to contact Business Profile Google and find out, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I mean, Chillster, I would say double check. I mean, I can't answer that question, to be honest. That's going to be, you might want to double check because I seriously don't think there is a big problem with that happening. So I hope, I know I've gone on and on and on now about the fake it to make it. And if anyone here is affected by that, there is a helpline to help you out. No, there is no helpline. However, if you think you fit into that category, I want you to just take a step back and start to understand, what can you do? What can you do? Do you do it reasonably well? You don't have to be brilliant, but can you do it reasonably well? And is that reasonably well enough for you to justify going out to clients? Because if it's not, then take a step back and revisit your approach. And the best way to understand if you're doing enough is to build your portfolio website. A lot of web designers don't even have a portfolio website, which I always kind of go, why not? I really struggle with this one. This one really gets me, I don't want to say mad. Please do hit like, okay? We're not getting a lot of likes today, which is probably because I'm talking garbage. But this one does get me a little bit angry-ish, upset-ish, angry. So you have like someone, they're a web designer, they contact me, they got the client off wherever, they're struggling, they want an answer to a question, and I notice that they're using a Gmail account or their signature has no link. And often when I get back to them, I go, out of curiosity, have you got a link to your portfolio? The majority say, oh, I don't have a portfolio website, I just use Fiverr or Upwork. And I sort of go, right. And here's why I get angry. Okay, wait, let me answer the questions and then I'm going to tell you why I'm angry. So sit on the edge of your seats for this. Yeah, Brian's right. Do check with GB, whoever you need to check with, business profile. Pavel, I need to implement paid access to post content where the video will be placed without without, yeah, paid membership pro. Paid membership pro, Presto Player, that is a really good idea. Presto Player, really good because it removes the right click for them to access the back end of the video. Really, really good. And paid membership pro, monthly, weekly, a free period. It's all good and good. You are right, George, and I think sometimes there's too much mass advertising that makes out that building websites is really, really simple and easy. Hey, Pickstar, how are you doing? Well, I do have a template. But that template is more to help you understand how you can lay out a desktop and a mobile, hit 99 and 100 on the desktop and the mobile, and understand hero banner, placement, call to action, services. So anyone out there that is struggling with their portfolio website, you could take our template and then redo it to work with for you. Oh, really, Pez? Oh, Pez, you're going to have to give me a name now, Pez. So Pez says they have found someone. Pez, you're going to have to give a name. Pez, you can't do this without giving a name now. You've got to give a name. Right. Take care, Brian. Right. Let me get back onto what I said drives me really, really mad. So, what was I talking about? Oh, I've lost the topic. It was... That's it. So, web designers, they're contacting me. They need help. And... they when I asked them, where's your website link? They go, oh, I don't have a website. I just use Fiverr, Upwork, and social media. And here's why I get mad. Okay, I had to cover my mouth there. This is why I get mad. Too many people out there say, I don't need a website. Businesses, consultants, window cleaners, beauticians, jewelry, clothes sellers, you name it, right? Food sellers. We don't need a website because I've got Facebook, I've got Insta, I've got TikTok. I don't need a website. I hear that all the flipping time, all the time, right? And you often have to educate them a bit and go, look, that's great, but where do people go if they want to get more details? Well, they can contact me. Right, so you get 100 people contacting you. Are you going to deal with them? Well, I'll deal with them when I can deal with them. Yeah, but if you had a website, you could have a link that takes them to the website where you can advertise your services and a bit more, you know, so that now you're not getting contacted by 100 people saying, what you sell, what you sell, what you got. Now you'll only get contacted by the people that actually want to buy something or have a genuine question, or they'll buy it, right? They'll buy it. Okay, and then often after you talk to them about it, they kind of go, well, yeah. And you go, look, why do you think Next still have a website? Why do River Island still have a website? Why do Apple still have a website? You know, why do all these people have it? Oh, well, that's because I don't live near an Apple store, so I can order it. Right, I think you're getting it now. Someone who lives 100 miles away from you, right, they might have seen your website. No, your Instagram. Oh, yeah, I think I like that. But there's no website link. But someone else that has something very similar has a website link. And I can buy it now. That is why people use Amazon so much. Like brain explosion time. Pez. Ooh. Okay, Pez. Can I play this game with Pez? DW? Are they the initials? DW? Or is that... Am I close, Pez? By the way, are you sure they're not the same creator? And they put their stuff on Invanto as well? But this is where I'm getting at, right? Okay, but this is where I'm getting at. So when I speak to web designers who say to me, oh, I don't need a portfolio because I've got Fiverr, I've got a profile on Fiverr, I've got Upwork, and I use social media. I sort of look at them and then go, well, I don't look at them. I look at the email or the DM, and I my jaw drops. I'm like, you're trying to convince people to get a website, but you can't get your own website. That is a classic case of faking it to make it. Okay? How can you convince anyone else out there? No, look, seriously, mate, you need a website. You know, you want to make sales, you want to do this, you want to advertise your services, you gotta get a website. Okay? You gotta help yourself out. Conversion, leads, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, so where's your website? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't need it. Come on. Right? Ugh. Maybe it's because I'm not feeling very well today. Okay. Maybe that's why I'm in a bit of a ratty mood today. Does that make sense, though? So, Pez, was I close? Because you said D and I went DW. So, Sinan, if I was CEO of Instagram, I would just do you know what? I don't get why they've not done that as well, Sinan. But someone did mention to me that Instagram does have a shop facility, but I don't know much about that, if I'm honest. So fake to make it. You know, look, if you're putting yourself out there, you got to back it up. Okay, now that doesn't necessarily mean your website has to be the best in the business. It just has to be a functional website, serves a purpose, and gives a flavor to your client of what you can do, because you've done it for yourself and you have a portfolio and you have examples of homepages or anything else you've built. When you give a flavor of what you can do, a taster, when you give a taster, people might come back to say, I now want the full package. Okay, so if anyone right now in the Web Squadron community or the live chat who's watching right now, we only have 27 likes. You've got to smash that like button. If anyone here watching on the replay or anything like that has not put time aside, I want you to spend the next 2 or 3 days when you can getting your website built. Get it done. Because you're going to learn a lot more. You're going to understand things better. And if you've been making it to fake it, no, faking it to make it, right? Fimmy, basically. If you've been fimmying, which sounds very dirty, have you been fimmying it? Are you a fimmy? You know, then step out of that, right? Get out, change that mindset, okay? And start becoming, understand it to deliver it, okay? UI to DI. You've got to go from Fimmy to UI to DI. Understand it to deliver it, okay? And I'm going to make a note of that and make sure we get a mass campaign out, right? We're going to print out hats, everything. Stop Fimmying and UI to DI. Which sounds like UTI, which is urinary tract infection. I don't think my acronyms work very well. UI to DI. It just feels a little bit too close to UTI, urinary tract infection. And FIMI sounds a bit dodgy as well, doesn't it? Yeah. I think we need to work on the acronym. Whoa. I think we need to work on the acronyms, okay. Hey, Dave, Dan, how are you doing? Pez. So, I had a business owner the other day tell me he didn't need SEO because he pays a company to create a sign and what to create a sign. Do you know what? Leave him to it, mate. Martin, anyone here never satisfied? If I'm honest, Martin, it depends on the client. If it's a great relationship, I want to do more. I want to really make it bust an ass. If it's a client where, okay, we're working, you're paying, but you're getting on my nerves a little bit, then I love it enough to deliver the spec, okay? Which sounds a bit negative, but it's the truth. Have I delivered the spec? Have I met the aims? Will that help them with their goal, potentially? Have I left anything untouched? No. Have I covered everything off? Yes. Deliver, done. But when it's someone where you really want to, you're loving the relationship you're having with them, and it might lead on to further work, and you don't want to leave no stone untouched. You want to cover off all the bases. You throw in the odd little freebie here and there. Yeah. In fact, our own websites, you can often say we are never happy with our own website. How often do you tinker with your website? I haven't tinkered with ours. Well, actually, I tinkered with ours over Christmas. What am I saying? I tinkered with ours over the Christmas break, and I'm probably going to go in and tinker with it again. I'm never satisfied. Yeah, Pez. I mean, have a look, Pez. I'd love to hear more about that. Dangerous, but yay. Are you talking, Sinan, about are you talking about where you're not fully satisfied? Yeah, Pigstar, you've got to get your websites done, mate. Come on, get them out there. All right? You need to get them out there. Hey, Blake, how are you doing? Nice, 2 inquiries. And how did you get them? Were they via LinkedIn, or were they word of mouth referrals? Were they picking up business generally from cold emailing or anything like that? And that's good. You're on the up. You're on the up. You're on the up. And don't forget to offer them some nice referral incentives once the job is done. But yeah, Blake, how did you get them? Was it referrals, word of mouth from previous clients? Was it from LinkedIn? Was it from generally just emailing out to okay, Facebook. What, Facebook adverts? Is that Facebook sponsored adverts? Or or was it from forums? Is it that some of the forum? You don't have to name the forum, obviously, but was it from interacting in forums? Then you picked up some work from there. Was it that? You're not doing sponsored adverts. I don't think you're doing sponsored adverts. I would have seen them by now. I don't think you are. Are you, Blake? And even if you are, it shows that you're getting some decent conversion if you've picked up 2. Right. Okay. Right. Yes. Yeah. So it's almost like contact from someone else. So indirect, but that's kind of good. Okay, Red Hot. What I haven't been able to do now is make a cooperation agreement between me and the client. Is there a standard minimum reference? Yeah, it's called a contract, Red Hot. It's called a contract or a maintenance contract. If you go to the Web Squadron website, we have a module called Sharing Our Stash. In that, we share our proposal document, our contract, our breakdown of the care plans, and our care plan maintenance agreement. It's all in there. So what you want to do is get it. They're in Word, so rip into them, change the details, make it work for you. Michael, hackers, don't say that, Michael, because now I'm going to have to go check my website now that you've said that. Yeah, Dave, you know what I mean? Sometimes we really want to be we want to create NASA. We want to create an interstellar website. And there's someone, an influencer. His website, when I see it, is really cool and funky. But sometimes I take a step back and go, is that overkill? Because if you think about a lot of your clients, I don't think they're going to like too much fancy stuff. And the simpler you make it, the more accessible it is for them to visualize how you could do their website. So sometimes I say, do not overcomplicate it, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Haha, cheers, Michael. Uh, Yeah, absolutely, Blake. I would say, right, that adverts, the conversion from sponsorship is always never a good thing. You know, it's never a really, really good thing. I know someone who, well, not someone, people, sorry, not just one person. They pay something like $50. They get one job. That job might convert into $500, and they feel like they've made back their money. And I said to them, yeah, but has there been times when you've done that and you made no conversion? And they often after you push them, they go, yeah, it has happened. And I go, right, so every time you do that, you lose. And they go, yeah, but I do also get the odd conversion. And for me, the Facebook has become so saturated with, hey, website, we build website, we can do this for you for free. We can build your website for $50. We can do XYZ for you. We can make you $20,000. Buy this book and you'll be a millionaire before you even receive it. The book is free. The book is for free. All you've got to do is pay for the postage and packaging, which is $19.95. And you can't get a refund on that because that was the postage and packaging. So if the book is really bad, I'm really sorry. And people buy this kind of garbage, right? I just think the Facebook is so saturated, even YouTube, right? When you see adverts all the time, you have someone, right, they're like this, right? You have someone come on and they're like that, innit? And they're like, they're not wearing a hoodie, but they're like, I'm going to help you change your life. Right now, I have found a way to make $1,000 every second. Right now, I'm making look, I'm watching the counter, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is unbelievable. My Excel spreadsheet cannot handle the amount of zeros. Wow, we're now at $13,000 every second. I'm going to help you to do the same. I am not going to rip you off. This is not a scam. Do you know how many people are right now millionaires because of this service? I'm going to help you make $1,000. But I need to know you're serious, because if I give you the formula, you might waste it. I need to know that you are not going to share this with anyone else. So if you send right now a limited time offer for $600, I will send you this offer that will help you make $1,000. So as soon as it lands and you read it and you do it, you will have made back your money in 1 second. Quite frankly, I'm going to mute for a moment, okay? Read my lips. That's how I feel. They're everywhere, right? They're everywhere. All over YouTube, all over Facebook. You know, kiss my ass. Can you tell I'm not like, I'm a little bit unwell actually. I was unwell on the weekend and I've been sneezing a lot and I feel my back was hurting as well today and I felt a bit weak. And I did think twice about should I do the live chat or not? And my eyes feel a bit heavy. So when I'm not feeling well, I go all, enter the dragon. Everyone, okay? Sorry, George, I'm triggering George. George right now is like, I have wondered about doing ASMR actually, Mia. Should I tell you guys something? I created a channel over Christmas, but I have not done ASMR. Now, how could I do ASMR related to websites, but keep it really, really simple? So if you have any ideas, please email them to me on info@websquadron.co.uk. And maybe we'll create another channel called Enter the Uranus! Sorry, Pixar triggered me then with his comment. Oh, man alive, man. What? Today's live chat, we've gone from fake it to make it, to understand it to do it, which is not UTI, to now talking about scammers. But anyway, Blake, really, really good, though. Really, really good to hear that things are progressing, my friend. Things are progressing. And I think that is a great, great lesson that a lot of people need to absorb and take on board. So Blake, you got the How to Get Clients Mastery module, didn't you? So Blake did get the Mastery module. I'm sure you did, didn't you? How to Get Clients. So I hope that's helped him. So you need to think about what are your services and what you can do. What are you delivering? How can you make people want to work with you? You got to be au natural. You got to be nice. You got to be inviting. I don't mean sit there with your legs wide open, okay? But you got to be inviting. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I know where it came from, but hey. Being able to offer technical advice and solve issues with sites is just as important as building them. Absolutely. It's all about learning. Do you know, every day I'm learning. Like George, just earlier we were having a brief chat about before and after image comparison. And I'm trying to find a really simple, decent way of doing it without a plugin or long extended code. Big kahuna. Exactly, $1,000. You need to be learning against the rented for the day. Oh my goodness. Michael, now you've triggered me, Michael, okay? They're stood in front of a massive mansion with a lake. They're stood there with their lovely crisp blouse shirt. Silk shirt. It's always a silky shirt with a funky pattern, isn't it? That they've probably picked up from the lobby at an airport. They walked into the airport, but not even getting a flight. They went found someone who's got like their stall selling these flashy, silky shirts for Hawaii. And they go, oh, I'll have that Hawaiian shirt. And like, oh yeah, I'll do a video now. Dun, 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 dun. Destiny. Okay? And so many people fall for it, mate. Too many people fall for it, And I hate that. I really hate that, okay? It really... and that's something we really wanted to make sure we did not do with our mastery modules. There's no hype. There's no empty promises. There's no, oh, you'll have 1,000 clients. It doesn't work like that. It's all down to you, effort. Don't know why I'm pointing down, but you, effort, and the world. The effort you put in hopefully creates a tidal wave across the world. I had to think about that. That was not very well rehearsed. But the effort you put in will hopefully create a tidal wave where it brings clients in on a wave. Or you're able to reach across the waves to distant shores. Like that Enya song. To the island of... Does she say... I mean, I've always worried about this. Whenever she sings that song, Orinoco Flow, I love Enya. Oh my God, Enya's music I could listen to all day long, any day of the week, right? I love Enya music. And the very first song I ever heard from her, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. I love her. I love her music. I love it. Orinoco Flow. Orinoco Flow. And it's almost like she says, to the island of Nabumbu. Now, for those of you that know where I'm going with this, the island of Nabumbu comes from bed knobs and broomsticks. However, she doesn't say that. She says something else. I can't remember the exact words. But it sounds like to the island of Nabumbu. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, sorry. We're deviating now a little bit. Yeah, okay. Don't make promises. Don't make empty promises. Oh, Pez. Well, Pez, where do we go from this? We get screenshots of bank accounts. We get screenshots of, look at the income I'm making every day. Boom, 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 boom. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, look, it started here. This is where it started, right? It started here, wobbling along. And then I had a vision. Boom. Like, so fake. And the fake reviews. I purchased this course. I am now a millionaire. But you will never find my name anywhere. Oh, there's a photo. And you look at the photo and you go, I'm sure that photo is that very famous lady, the one in red. You know, the one with black hair? And she's like that. Red lipstick, black hair, red top. She's like that. You know that really famous lady that appears on every plugin and demo page? You know that lady I'm talking about? I really hope she gets royalties from how many plugins and website demos have her face on. You know when she's like that? And then you look at the review and you go, that's her face. That's her. That's her. She's my... I've seen her so many times. We're practically married. That's her. Andu, how can I export an Elemental section as HTML code so that I can use it on ClickFunnels or Carter? Oh, wow. You got to export the page and then do a bit of messing around with it. But I'm not going to give you any more advice on that. Enya, yeah, John, I think, you're with me on this, right? The Enya Greatest Hits album, I'm telling you, right, if you've not heard it, after this live chat, go and put it on YouTube and you are going to feel yourself just taken away. And I am so glad they used her for the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. The soundtrack, she brought it alive. Her mouth, okay, her mouth. Rasmus, you're experiencing 2 vertical scroll bars where one to the left is stuck and only moves slightly. I can't figure it out. It depends though. Why have you got the vertical scroll bars, Rasmus? What are you doing to... Hey, JMXD. What are you doing to get those vertical scroll bars? Are you got sticky column? Is it a widget within a widget? Is it a third-party plugin? So can you give us a bit more detail? Or can you go to Facebook, the Web Squadron? Sorry, I said that wrong. Go to Facebook, do a search for Web Squadron and post images, but you must give more detail. For instance, where's it coming from? Where are you getting that? Is this on a blank page? Is this just Elemental Free? Is this Elemental Pro? What do we got going on here? Yeah, Andu, you've asked the question a few times now. Sorry, I didn't see it before, but you're going to have to create it, inspect the page and try and rip it out. But I'm not going to say more about that because I'm not an expert enough in telling you more about that. But if you go to Facebook Web Squadron group, post a question there, you might get an answer. George, if you sent me some... Right, so George... Sorry, let me just check, George. Often I have to shut down my email and go back into it. Ah, yes, right. Okay, cool. Right, so George... What's the score, George? Right, okay, right, so... Boom, right. So now we're going to go, right, so... Let me say, from Basu to Palu, in the shade of Avalon, from Fiji to Tiri and the Isles of Ebony, from Peru to Cebu, hear the power of Babylon, from Bali to California. No, it's not there actually. To the Isle. It might be this. I think it's here. Some from Fiji to Tiri and the Isles of Ebony. No, is that it? There's a bit that sounds like Nabumbu. Okay, I'm telling you now, there is a bit that sounds like Nabumbu, and it might be another one. To cut from the island of... No, it's this one. Here you go. It's here. Island of the Moon. From the north to the south, Aberdeen to Khartoum, from the deep sea of clouds to the island of Nabum. I think it's there. There's something about the tune where it sounds like Nabumbu, but it's the island of the moon. So now you must go and play Orinoco Flow from Enya to the island of the moon. Dun 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 dun. God, I want to listen to this now. I am going to listen to this. As soon as this live chat is over, I am blasting out on my own in the house. Enya Greatest Hits. And I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in to Web Squadron FM. We were just listening to Enya Orinoco Flow. Hasn't she got a great voice, everybody? And if there was any confusion, she says the Island of the Moon. Thank you very much, George, for requesting that tune. I hope you have a very nice day, everybody. We're only on for 2 more minutes, by the way. We're only on for 2 more minutes, okay? We're only on for 2 more minutes. Oh, thank you very much, Web Squadron FM. Yeah, like Michael says there, the whole bit about the export it and tinker with it, you might need... Have you Googled this, though, Andu? You know, have you Googled this? We can sail, we can sail, we can steer, boom, boom. We can hear with Rob D. I have not got a singing voice, you can clearly tell there. You can clearly tell there that I don't sing. Right, we are down to the final minute. I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. We've got 33 likes so far. I would have loved 1 million, but hey, that's the way it is. Until I create the ultimate package that's gonna help you make $1,000 per second. I probably won't get. And you know what? Just to end, almost, or leading to the end, the amount of views and subscribers these scammers have drives me potty. It really drives me mad. And it's not because they're popular, it drives me mad because there's people giving away their hard-earned cash and God knows what they're getting out of it. And it really, really, really... it really does get me, it gets me mad and upset, that people, that people fall for this kind of stuff. Okay, everyone, thank you, Red Hot, for offering your bass player services. Hey, okay, now I do feel ill, even more ill now after all this singing. I need to go and lie down for a bit, okay. All right, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye now. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow at the normal later time, which is... 4 p.m. UTC. Take care. Catch you all soon. Thank you, George, for the Orinoco Flow lyrics. I'll see you all soon. Bye.